Another way veterans are recognized for their service is through the Honor Flight Network. This nationwide program provides veterans with an all-expenses-paid trip to Washington, D.C. Here's a look at one of this year's honor flights and how NCBA helped to make that trip extra special.
Honor Flight Central Coast, California has landed in Washington, D.C. Look out!
More than 24 U.S. military veterans on the honor flight from the Central Coast of California arrived in Washington, D.C. after a long day of cross-country travel.
They're excited, a little tired. It's been a long day. Really excited to go to the National Cattlemen's Beef Association rooftop and have some steak that came from California beef producers.
In fact, the staff of the National Cattlemen's Beef Association began preparing beef well ahead of the veterans' arrival.
So this afternoon, we'll be hosting an honor flight for veterans from the Central Coast of California. We get this opportunity a couple of times a year to honor and give our appreciation to those that have served this country. And this evening, we were able to get some California tri-tips sent all the way to DC from one of our NCBA members out in California. So able to serve them a hearty meal upon their arrival this afternoon and really show our thanks for what they've given to this country.
The beef tri-tip was just coming off the grill as the honor flight veterans stepped onto the rooftop at NCBA, where past NCBA President Jerry Bone welcomed them.
Thank you all for your service. Thank you for all that you've done for our country. You know, agriculture and the military have a lot of things in common. We're very patriotic. We do what we say we're going to do. We're proud to serve our country. And you know, we in agriculture provide food to feed everybody. You all that are in the military, keep us safe. And so thank you for doing that. Thank you for everything that you all do for us.
Jerry, a veteran himself, was one of 3 past NCBA presidents who took part in the honor flight. California cattle producers John Lacey and Kevin Kester, serving as John's guardian, were also there. Guardians are friends or family members who volunteer to travel with the veterans to help them through the experience. Captain Courtney Waters surprised her grandfather, an Air Force veteran.
I'm super excited when I learned that my grandfather was going to be part of the honor flight. I reached out to contact June to let her know that I'd be tagging along. I jumped at the opportunity.
As the sun was setting, the veterans got a visual tour of some of the sights in our nation's capital city.
Y'all are going to see some cool things while you're here in town, so I'm not going to go into too many details, but while we're on our beautiful roof deck here, we thought we'd point out some sites of interest for you. That is the White House. So you are actually looking in that direction. That clump of trees is the south lawn of the White House. Whenever the president takes off and comes back on Marine One from Andrews Air Force Base, where Air Force One gets parked, he flies around the Washington Monument and lands right over there.
Then it was time for dinner with California beef tri-tip on the menu. Afterwards, each of the veterans was given a special pin to commemorate their service. It was a welcome by the NCBA team that kicked off the veterans' visit in a memorable way.
The office visit is fabulous. I didn't realize you guys were that great a presence in Washington, D.C. So glad you guys sponsored this. It's amazing what you guys have done and supported the military and honor flight. Thank you so much.
And the beef was really good. The guys that did the job was great. Really enjoyed it, and I didn't want to stop eating it. It was so good. But it was good to visit with everybody and getting to meet more people.
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, if they could have eaten more, they would have eaten more. I mean, the food was great, the presentation was great, the people were great. It was just one of the best tri-tips I've had in a long, long time. So I thank them profusely for, sponsoring this and serving that meal to us. It's an honor.
we have to give honor and thanks to those that served before us, and that's part of the reason why I did volunteer for this opportunity, because they paved the way for my generation to serve.
We quite literally couldn't do what we do in this office every single day were it not for the sacrifices that you have made and those of your comrades in arms, and so for that we are eternally grateful. Thank you all so much. It's an honor for us.